Cup. So firstly, how does it feel to be back with the White Ferns and kind of all in camp together?
Yeah, look, it's certainly like coming back home to your family. It's certainly a really nice feel. I know Susie's only just joined us and she's like a little kid coming back for Christmas. She's had a bit of FOMO missing out the first couple of days, so it is. It's a really nice feeling to be back as a group. Obviously, last time we were together was over in the West Indies, and weather like this, it's sort of very similar. So, look, really looking forward to being back amongst this gang.
Weather tomorrow, though, not as kind, going by the forecast?
No, it seems to be something with New Zealand cricket at the moment. It's obviously following the boys round, but look, that's something that you just can't control. So we're going to prepare and hope that we get a full game of cricket in, but if not, we're ready to go with whatever that might look like.
How important are these 6 games against Bangladesh in light of the fact this is the last official series before the T20 World Cup?
Oh, it's massive for us, and I think it's probably twofold. Obviously, there is the World Cup coming up next year, but it's also the IWC, the ODI points is massively important for us too. So to qualify for the next World Cup, we need to make sure that we're getting as many points as possible, and this provides us an awesome opportunity to, I guess, continuing to bank those points, and another great opportunity for more players to step up and stand out.
First bilateral series here for Bangladesh. I guess in terms of women's cricket, what does this mean for both sides?
Oh, it's huge. I think just the exposure, I think that we've seen it with women's sport this last 12 months, obviously with us with the World Cup first and then the Black Ferns and the Rugby World Cup. It's just been fantastic to really ride the wave, and I'm probably going to drop her in here, but Kendra Coxedge is coming along to training today, and just, I guess, the camaraderie there, just the energy. I think it was a bit of a shame that I was over in Australia when the Rugby World Cup was on, but just seeing the way that the Kiwis got in behind each other was fantastic. So hopefully we can keep that momentum rolling around and can get some good crowds here as well.
Just lastly from me, what do you think the key is to keeping that momentum for women's sport in general?
I think a massive part of it is you guys, is the media, and making sure that we're being seen. And I think a massive part of that we've seen with the Black Ferns is how now they are front and centre, and you know, their household names, which they should so rightly be, and we want to be the same. We want to be out there, we want to be role models, not just for young girls but for young boys as well, and for everyday New Zealanders. We want to be something that the rest of the country is really proud of. So fingers crossed we can do that. We've got great opportunity. Bangladesh over here for their first time ever in a bilateral series, so really looking forward to putting our best foot forward.
You've had a massive 2022. I think I read an article you'd only been in the country like 1 day in transit in the last 5 months or something like that. I mean, how are your energy levels, and I guess how, sort of second to that, how important is managing fatigue, etc., coming into the home summer of cricket?
Oh, it's huge. It was quite romantic. Actually, me and Kane doing our little wee photo shoot the other day, able to speak to him about it. And I think that's something that we really need to continue to do, is to have conversations around managing workload. I think with the women's game now just going from strength to strength and there being more competitions, is that we're going to have to manage players' workloads. As you say, this is the first time I've been back in New Zealand since July, and it's obviously very nice to be back, but it's about making sure that I'm 100% ready to go and firing for the White Ferns, but for whatever team I play against. And I think the really important part of that is how you manage it. It's the support staff, it's the crew that you've got around you, and we're really fortunate with New Zealand cricket and how supportive they are. So we'll certainly be looking to manage players' workloads and make sure that they're ready to go, because again, we've got to be peaking for pinnacle events. So for us, obviously, the T20 World Cup early next year.
So can we expect over the next, 6 games a fair bit of rotation with that in mind?
Yes and no. Obviously, I think we want to win games of cricket and we want to be playing our best side every time. So I think that really depends on form. I think it depends on conditions and what we want to see, obviously, leading into that World Cup. But I think moving forward, whether it's at the domestic level, whether it's at franchise cricket, I think you'll certainly see a lot more players, not only from New Zealand but around the world, I guess, making those choices as to whether they play in everything.
It's obviously early doors, but a couple of new voices within the coaching environment, and Dean and Craig. How important is that sometimes just to sort of freshen it up with a couple of new ideas or perhaps just a new perspective within the dressing room?
Oh, it's been fantastic. I mean, there is one concern that there's a real heavy Aussie twang going around the changing rooms now, but it's fantastic. Obviously, we had Howie with us in the West Indies, and he's been fantastic for the spinners, but also for the batters as well, I guess, tapping into his knowledge. And now with Dean alongside us too, I think at first I thought it was Ben's doppelganger, that's the only reason he came in, but no, he brings a wealth of knowledge, and already in the short time that he's been with us, he's been fantastic. I think we're really looking forward to working closely with him over the next, however long that contract runs for, but it's really exciting. I think we were really fortunate with the likes of Bob Carter and Jake Oram to have them in, and now it's building on that and taking us to the next level.
Groovy, thank you.
Easy.